Right now, a security scare at the White House, and it's all caught on camera. The new details we're learning about the threat to the president.
Also, holding car makers accountable. Madison city leaders are applying some legal pressure to get Kia and Hyundai to pay up for all the car thefts.
And we got one more warm, summery day today before that cold front that's lurking to our north arrives tomorrow. We'll see those temperatures coming up in just a bit.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Say, we're helping you plan out your holiday weekend a little early because there's a change in the temperature, the forecast coming up.
Yeah, the good news is this cold front's going to only affect us over the next couple of days. It's not going to really linger into the weekend, and it's going to be generally dry, but it does have some cool air with it. The bulk of the cold air that's coming out of Hudson Bay, Canada, this can typically happen this time of the year is because Hudson Bay, Canada is still frozen over, still have some ice out there. But that cold air is going to slide down to our south and east. We'll be on the western fringe of the coldest of air, so the further west you go, you can expect milder temperatures. That won't be arriving until tomorrow. So we've got one last summery day before that cold front drops our temperatures quite a bit going into tomorrow. A little chilly this morning. You'll need that light jacket. The atmosphere is very dry. Not a lot of humidity out there, therefore the temperatures can vary quite a bit. But we do have clear skies for the most part. May see some of the haze from the smoke from the wildfires. That's a loft, not near the ground level, so it shouldn't cause any kind of respiratory problems. But we'll have the hazy sunshine today, warm. That cold front arrives tomorrow. That'll keep the cool temperatures lingering into Friday morning, but by Friday afternoon, we should start to see that southerly wind develop, and it will be much warmer going into the weekend. And we're expecting a dry weather pattern setting up for the weekend into early next week. A beautiful day today, again, upper 70s here at the noon hour. That southerly wind less than 10 miles per hour. We're headed into the low 80s, actually warmer than where we were yesterday. So no problems on the roads today, just hazy sunshine with mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the lower 80s, so definitely some shorts and short sleeve weather. You will need that jacket tomorrow into Thursday, but warmer weather for the weekend. We'll detail it for you coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. Back to that breaking news this morning. Out of the nation's capital, you're taking a live look at the White House, where police are investigating an attempted breach this morning. A U-Haul trying to crash through security barriers. The whole thing caught on camera. Take a look here. It appears the driver rammed the fence twice, backing up, there you go, and then doing it again. This happened just before 10 p.m. The driver is under arrest for charges of threatening to harm the president, among others. Pictures show a Nazi flag on the ground next to the U-Haul. Crews searched for bombs inside. They didn't find any. The exact location of President Biden at the time of this attempted breach is unclear, but he was meeting with Speaker McCarthy earlier that evening at the White House. Again, nobody injured in this incident.
Yeah, McCarthy and Biden meeting about the debt ceiling. The deadline for the debt ceiling creeps closer this morning with no deal on the table. That White House meeting ended yesterday without an agreement to raise the nation's borrowing limit. Sources tell CBS News, though, the White House has offered to keep spending flat from this year to next. They say Republicans, though, want to increase defense spending while cutting everything else by up to 22%.
We both agreed default's not really on the table.
I thought it was more productive than the other meetings we've had, but we still have differences.
Meantime, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is warning Congress the U.S. could default as early as June 1st. Economists warn the consequences of default would be catastrophic and may even trigger a recession.
New information out of the war in Ukraine this morning. There's dispute over who's responsible for plumes of smoke billowing from a Russian city. Russia blaming Ukraine, Kyiv saying it was disgruntled Russians. This comes after news of an about-face in U.S. policy. Washington now agreeing to send F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine and support efforts to train pilots there to fly them.
Continuing coverage now as the city of Madison is still moving forward with its lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai for failing to prevent car thefts. Of course, it all comes after a federal case against the car companies was settled on Friday.
Our Catherine Merck explains what the city still wants these dealers to be held accountable for.
Adapter that plugs in.
It's good to see that Hyundai and Kia are taking some steps to try to rectify the problem.
City Attorney Michael Haas says even though a recent lawsuit between the feds and these car companies ended in a settlement, Madison's legal action is still going forward. The class action lawsuit that was just settled is for consumers and is valued at $200 million.
Part of our lawsuit is requesting that they actually fix the problem.
Haas says this city's lawsuit refers to the impact these thefts had on our area.
The city's lawsuit is really about costs that the city has incurred in responding to vehicle thefts. Our police department and first responders have had to respond to incidents which just would not have occurred without if the vehicle immobilizer had been installed in the first place.
The city attorney says this lawsuit would hold these car companies accountable for the significant amount of car thefts. The city previously cited a 270% increase in Kia and Hyundai vehicle thefts in the past year.
My car was attempted to be stolen. They smashed in my back passenger window and then destroyed my ignition.
Adele Mack told our Call for Action team thieves tried to take her Kia Optima last year. She's just one of the many cases police have had to deal with.
Their claims have to do with, the loss of their vehicle, maybe insurance costs, maybe personal property has been stolen.
The city itself still has a long road ahead with another legal battle.
It's crazy and it's wrong, and I can't believe a business would run that way, and it's insane.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
So the city attorney says the results of the federal class action settlement could mean that there are some good things on the horizon for consumers. He says to be on the lookout for the possibility of an online portal where vehicle owners can file claims to receive compensation.
6:06, the man accused in a workplace shooting in Rock County last year will be back in court today. Kevin Todd has a plea hearing this morning. Police say he was a new employee at Precision Drawn Metals back in 2022 when he opened fire at work. One person was killed. Todd maintains he was bullied at work despite only being employed for 7 days.
Continuing coverage now of a homicide outside of a Madison event club. The manager of Lush Lounge says the shooting happened after a private party. This was early Sunday morning. The manager tells News 3 Now that the person who was killed was inside their event venue. Eddie Lopez, the manager, says that he was busy clearing customers from the private party and was in the parking lot when he noticed something change.
It was a very different energy outside when the parking lot was clearing. And it was just a tragic, random shooting. I hope nothing like this ever happens again.
Lopez says Saturday night's party, which continued through into Sunday morning, was a bring-your-own-drink event. Police have not said, though, if alcohol was related to the incident.
A trial date is set for the 28-year-old accused in the murder of 4 Idaho college students. Brian Koberger was back in court yesterday. He stood silently, the judge reading out his plea of not guilty. He's accused of fatally stabbing 4 University of Idaho students while they were asleep. In the courtroom, family members of the victims cried as they watched.
What is it like to see him walk in?
There's no real words for it. As a dad, you want to just do it yourself, take care of it, but you can't. The whole world deserves the process.
The trial now has a date on the books for October 2nd. The defense expects it to take at least a month. State prosecutors have 60 days now to seek the death penalty.
To campaign 2024 now, as attention turns to a U.S. Senate seat here in Wisconsin. State Republicans are looking into whether they want to challenge Democratic U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin when she runs for re-election next year. We asked Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stile who he wants to see challenge Baldwin and whether he would consider a run himself.
I'm not planning to run for the United States Senate. I think we have a lot of great candidates who will ultimately maybe make a decision to step up. What we can't have is a U.S. Senator that's a rubber stamp for the tax and spend proposals of President Biden.
While no Wisconsin Republican has formally announced their candidacy yet, Northwood's Congressman Tom Tiffany has registered websites for a possible Senate run. Senator Baldwin announced her bid for re-election last month.
A first warned traffic note for you this week on Madison's Near East Side. Starting on Wednesday, lanes are going to shift over on Atwood Avenue. Here's a map of exactly where this is. Construction is picking up here between Cottage Grove Road and Dennett Drive. Traffic's going to be detoured out of that work zone. The bottom line here really is to expect delays during those lane shifts and a bit of a tighter drive in that neck of the woods.
Soccer fans are going to have another way to watch Forward Madison FC matches this year. Our partner station, Television Wisconsin, will air a total of 6 matches this season. You can also stream them at channel3000.com. The slate of games airing for free and without any subscriptions required. It includes games throughout the summer and one in October. The first is happening this Saturday as Forward Madison FC takes on Union Omaha at 7 p.m. You can find TVW with an over-the-air antenna on channel 3.2 or on Spectrum streaming apps and DirecTV on channel 14.
6:09 now. Big news for Wisconsin. The NFL bringing the draft to Green Bay. What the three-day spectacle is going to look like.
And we're live in the 608 this morning at America's largest water park as they're set to open up with some new experiences this weekend. When News for Now this morning continues.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Hy-Vee's daily deals for Tuesday are Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios, just $1.88. Ballpark hamburger or hot dog buns, just $2.48. And basket and bushel blackberries, only $1.68. Tuesday only at Hy-Vee.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and start your next project today. Greenworks 40-volt tools are lightweight, start instantly, and require virtually no maintenance. Right now, pick up this Greenworks push lawnmower for just $299.99 after rebate. Keeping your pool clean is simple with help from Menards. This convenient maintenance kit makes it easy to enjoy clean pool water all summer long. Right now, only $19.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You've got this. 10 days, 2 kids, and the open road. Tourist traps? Set. Souvenir allowances? Dispersed. Juice boxes? Abundant. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So when must-see attractions become must-pay with cash adventures, we've got you.
Mom, why is the front door open?
You've got this with Associated Bank. It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Hy-Vee's daily deals for Tuesday are Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios, just $1.88. Ballpark hamburger or hot dog buns, just $2.48. And basket and bushel blackberries, only $1.68. Tuesday only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
So this holiday weekend is going to be a big one for the Wisconsin Dells as everything is set to open up. And there is a new water slide that's going to open up that we're featuring this morning in the 608.
Oh, yeah, we're getting a special first look. Josh Breiter, of course, is there. What do you got for us, Josh?
Good morning, guys. So the temperature's coming up a little bit since we first got here, but it's still a little chilly, but that forecast is looking fantastic for the weekend, for the first full weekend here out at Noah's Ark, of course, America's largest water park, and there are going to be a lot of new things that you're going to be seeing. One of the first here is this mural when you come into the park. Kristen Turnquist is up early with us this morning. And Kristen, this is super awesome, and this is like the first of a couple of murals that you guys are working on.
Yes, this is the first stage, so very excited with how this has turned out. Oh Yeah Studio out of Madison has painted it, and they're doing a couple other projects for us, so.
Yeah, we featured the Oh Yeah artists before in this segment. It's pretty awesome to see that they're making their way out of Madison. And I mean, this is unique in a lot of ways because a lot of folks make their way to the Dells for the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and we wanted something that was really specific to Noah's Ark, calls out a lot of the different rides we have, the nostalgic factor. It's not done yet, but so they're finishing it today. So yeah, got a lot of fun features, some of our top rides, Chameleon, of course, and yeah, just really excited.
Yes, it's that final push here ahead of the weekend. And speaking of Chameleon, that is the big water slide that's opening up. We've got a little preview video for folks at home. It's not quite ready this morning, but it will be this weekend. You know, talk about what this first of a kind experience it's going to be for folks here.
Yeah, so there really isn't anything around that has the lights and music and just the sound features that it has with it. We also have all new different color tubes, so to really go in with the Chameleon theme. So yeah, it's 74 lights, 8 speakers, and we have a special mashup of music selected just for Noah's Ark, which I think everyone will really like. So it's just going to be a really fun new feature that we're bringing to the Dells.
I love that, and you'll be able to go down with people too. It's not just by yourself.
Yep, so it's up to 4 people can go in the tube, so grab your friends, your family, and just have a good time, see what music you end up with. You never know, so it's going to be great.
I love it. So the final push this weekend, if people are interested, now's the time to get tickets.
Yes, we have a few promotions going on right now. One is for season passes. You can save up to $40 on our season passes, so as low as $59.99, and you can come for the entire summer. We also have our opening day promotion for tickets for $29.99, and they're good from opening day until July 4th.
Good deals for families especially.
Yes, and we have lots of events. We have a great event lineup as well. Families is for Kids Fest. We have Sunday Fun Days, Father's Day Flop, which is always a good one. So we got a lot of fun stuff coming this summer.
Something for everyone. All right,
yes.
Kristen, thank you so much this morning. Appreciate it. I have links with all those details up on channel3000.com. Coming up around 6:45, we'll take you to the top of Chameleon and show it now that the sun is up here, guys, ahead of the big opening weekend. With that forecast that Kelly's got, I think there's going to be a lot of folks looking for a water park coming up Memorial Day weekend, guys.
Better believe it. Josh Brighter helping us plan out our first holiday vacation. Thank you very much, Josh.
Hey, don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Kelly Slifka making sure the weather's good, too, for that holiday weekend. What do you got for us, Kelly?
Yeah, you know, we've got a little bit of a cool down coming our way tomorrow into Thursday, but thankfully that's coming in during the week. And if you do have any holiday plans, maybe going camping, maybe headed to the water park, maybe grilling outdoors, it looks like the weekend's going to be setting up very nice. And actually, as we go into next week, look at how widespread the above average temperatures are expected. This will close out the month of May into the first days of June. Much of the middle of the country expected to be well above average going into next week. So we just have to get through tomorrow. We've got a cold front on the way, so enjoy today's sunshine. It's going to be warm like yesterday, headed into the low 80s, maybe even a couple degrees warmer. Not seeing a whole lot of that smoke right now, but we do have the potential of seeing some hazy skies because of that Canadian wildfire smoke. This cold front will be arriving tomorrow. That'll put a halt to the warm temperatures, but in the meantime, we are expecting that southerly wind to warm us up. As mentioned, we are expecting some of the smoke to be obscuring the skies a little bit. The good news here in southern Wisconsin, it's way up there, about 10,000 feet, so it's not causing any respiratory problems. However, off to the west, they do have air quality advisories for parts of Minnesota because some of that smoke is coming down toward the surface where it would be causing some respiratory problems. Well, today's the last summery day, at least for a couple of days. That backdoor cold front arrives tomorrow. Temperatures starting off mild, but really not rising a whole lot, only holding into the mid to upper 60s tomorrow afternoon. We will see more cloud cover. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll gradually warm up throughout the weekend. And by Memorial Day, we should be back into the low 80s. So you will be able to enjoy some of these summer-like activities. All right, take a look at our umbrella contest winner. This is Valerie. Took a photo of some stormy skies. This was before the storm. Kind of ominous looking skies. And if you'd like to have your opportunity to win an umbrella, just go to First Warn at WISC-TV.com, submit your photo, or use our First Warn weather app. You probably want that for the upcoming holiday weekend. Temperatures a little chilly yet this morning in the 40s. Right now we're sitting at 48 here in Madison. Most of us are in the upper 40s to lower 50s, but we'll warm up quickly through the 50s, 60s. Already by the noon hour, up close to 80 degrees, so it's going to be a warm afternoon with that southerly wind about 5 miles per hour. But it comes to an end, at least temporarily. Very chilly mornings. In fact, by Thursday morning, we might see some 30s showing up. And highs only in the upper 60s Wednesday and Thursday, but gradually warming up Friday. The weekend looks great. And really a dry weather pattern setting up, just slim chance of rain by Memorial Day into much of next week.
It appears the Bucks coaching search is winding down. ESPN is reporting that Milwaukee has narrowed their search down to 3. Nick Nurse, Kenny Atkinson, and Adrian Griffin. Nurse won an NBA title in 2019 with the Raptors. Atkinson was the head coach with the Nets and then spent the last 2 years as the Warriors' associate head coach, while Griffin, who started his coaching career with the Bucks, has been on the Raptors bench for the past 4 seasons. Remember Wisconsin ending Arizona's season in back-to-back NCAA tournaments? Well, now the two will play in the regular season. Starting next year, the Badgers and Wildcats will play home-and-home series with the first meeting in AZ. Then the following November, Arizona will come to the Kohl Center. The Badgers are 5-2 all-time against the Wildcats and have won 3 straight in the series. The city of Green Bay isn't big enough to host the Super Bowl, but they are big enough for the next best thing, the NFL Draft. In 2025, the draft is coming to Titletown. Now, the main portion of the event is expected to take place on Lambeau Field and the Titletown campus. Last month's draft in Kansas City had more than 312,000 fans attend the 3-day event. Next April, Detroit will be hosting the draft. Rowdy Tellez and the Brewers opening up a 3-game series with the Astros, and the big man was the lone bright spot for the Crew. Second inning, Tellez sends one over the Fleet Farm sign. How do you celebrate? Wipe that man off and give him some cheese. The solo shot was his 12th dinger of the season. Unfortunately, that was what Corbin Burns was giving up. The Astros hit 5 homers, Brewers lose 12-2, the final. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Coming up next, some incredible video from state troopers that looks like something out of the Wild West.
And ahead in our next half hour, students trying to persuade the school board to reinstate a high school basketball coach.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more.
How can you make a difference in the world when there is so much need?
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Think about someone in your life who helped you get where you are today. A mentor assures young people that someone cares and makes them feel like they matter. Learn about mentorship opportunities in the 608 at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of Margaret, who never let a cookie jar run empty. Her service was cookie-themed, with everyone enjoying her tasty treats. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months plus $1,000 low APR cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or ticket. Together, we can save lives.
Get Bob's discount on furniture, on lamps, on chairs, on mattresses,
On rugs, too.
Get Bob's discount.
only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
You know, I really appreciate our viewers who toss me some softballs every once in a while when it comes to the birds that we see in our backyards.
Don't get ahead of yourself. What is this?
This is a Baltimore Oriole.
Are you sure it's not a red-breasted nuthatch?
I'm pretty positive.
How about
That looks orange to me.
an eastern towhee?
You can tell that Leah's looking at my Sibley's Backyard Birds of the Midwest guide.
I just like to be sure.
Great picture, Kevin, as usual. You always take some good ones. If you want to share your birds, hashtag #3morning.
Well, guess what they are.
All right. Yeah. Hey, some incredible video. Have you guys seen this from Michigan, just outside of Detroit? Take a look at the right side of your screen. That is a cowboy trying to lasso a steer.
Oh my gosh.
Right on the interstate.
Right on the interstate. So the cow got loose. And the State Patrol was called in to assist. But look at that.
Now that's Michigan. I would see this in
right?
Texas, maybe. And look at the four-wheeler there.
Full-on cowboy. Utterly dangerous. Somebody had to. Somebody had to.
Leah. That's just wild. Can you imagine, like, riding down the interstate in your car
with a lasso?
And you're like, you think you're hallucinating or something.
So dangerous. And those animals are hefty. That would be an accident and a half.
Oh, for sure. Hey, we've got some big changes coming up in the forecast.
Yeah, a little chilly this morning. Nice summery day before that cold front arrives tomorrow.
We'll get into it when News 3 Now This Morning returns. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with Front Assist. Visit your Volkswagen dealer this Memorial Day for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Tiguan or Taos.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide?
Everyone's gonna need more Tide. It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod. See?
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
This is Iowa. We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meet slow bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
Why are
the 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2023 Atlas Family SE Tech with 4Motion models. Limited inventory available.
This morning, high school athletes go to bat to reinstate their coach. The reason parents wanted him gone.
The flag is heavy, and the plant in each one of these is a person. It's not just a flag.
Also, remembering the fallen, we'll share the story of a local man and his personal connection to Memorial Day.
Plus, here's your first look outside this morning. The sun coming up over Madison. A big change coming in the forecast, though, right before your holiday weekend, Kelly.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit chilly this morning, but we're going to warm up. This will be the last real summer-like day for the next couple. We do have a cold front that'll arrive by tomorrow. We'll see where those temperatures end up coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynch-Ide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast. All right, so we're having a debate this morning. Leah's asking for some advice on whether or not she should take baby Zeke camping this weekend, specifically
First camping trip.
First camping trip with baby Zeke, who's just about 6 months old now.
5. Little dude.
Right. So the chilly weather and babies, they don't go so well together.
So I'm worried. A, is it warm enough for him? For those under overnight.
Right. Overnight lows in the low 40s.
We're going to be underslept, that's for sure.
You don't want to be that campsite of that family who's got the crying baby all night, keeping the whole campsite up.
But I really want to be the family that goes camping with their kids. This is important to me, and I have to get used to it at some point. So do I go?
Well, don't ask me. I'm not a pediatrician. I just give the weather.
Because we're talking about some overnight lows near 40s, maybe in the upper 30s in some spots.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's going to be very chilly to wake up in the morning, and the afternoons will get warmer as we get into the weekend. So if you are going to be camping, just plan on, you know, kind of layers of clothing that you will need. That's what we can expect this weekend. And we've actually had to deal with this really for the last several days with temperatures starting off kind of cool in the 40s, but we've been warming up. Upper 70s and low 80s, and I think we'll warm up very quickly this morning because the sun is already up, and with that sunshine and a little bit of a southerly wind, we'll see these temperatures climb through the 50s. Should be in the upper 70s already at the noon hour, so the air is very dry. When it's dry, the temperature can fluctuate very quickly. Headed into the low 80s. Actually, that would be 2 degrees warmer than we hit yesterday afternoon. So as you plan your day, it's a little chilly this morning. That light jacket needed, but you'll quickly shed that as we warm through the upper 70s already at the noon. Notice the winds are very light today as well out of the south, about 5 miles per hour. But we are looking at temperatures much cooler tomorrow and Thursday. We'll talk about this cold front and what we can expect for the Memorial holiday weekend coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Kelly, thank you. You can keep track of those changing temperatures over on your First Warn weather app. That's what I'll be doing as the holiday weekend approaches. Just search for WISC weather in your app store.
Members of the Wanakee community rallying behind the high school's recently dismissed boys basketball coach. It comes after his contract was not renewed by the district a couple weeks ago. Then yesterday, at a school board meeting, many former and current players spoke on Dana McKenzie's behalf, trying to change the board's decision. That decision came after a months-long push from some district parents to remove him. Part of the issue there, how McKenzie addressed playing time.
I mean, we have a policy in place that they signed at the beginning of the year on how to approach regarding playing time or any issues with our program. It was signed off by our school board years ago.
School board president Joan Ensign said that the board couldn't address the calls to reinstate McKenzie yesterday, but they would put it on a future agenda.
Police in the Dells say they have a man under arrest for stealing a car, trying to hit other cars on the road with it, and then running from officers when they tried to pull him over. The 24-year-old was spotted driving on a median Saturday. When officers tried to stop the man, he drove off. Police say he eventually crashed and then ran into a swampy, wooded area. A canine unit was used to track and take the man into custody.
Wisconsin Republicans joining a national push to outlaw child sex dolls. They've released a new proposal to make possessing one a felony. Since 2019, 5 states have outright banned the sale of those child sex dolls. England has banned importation, and Canadian law classifies them as child pornography. This new proposal would make owning a child sex doll a felony, punishable by 3.5 years in prison, with multiple offenses leading to 10 years. If the doll were to resemble a specific child, the offense would carry 15 years in prison.
New video this morning of that fire along the interstate that closed lanes over the weekend. Look at that blaze. Fire crews are still putting out hot spots northwest of Milwaukee near Slinger. This happened Sunday night along I-41. It was at the Oak Creek Wood Products Manufacturing Company. Firefighters say the fire started in a mulch pile and then it spread to a bed of wood pallets and eventually reached 2 storage buildings. More than 40 fire departments from 6 different counties responded. Nobody was in the building at the time. Nobody was hurt. The cause is still under investigation.
That is some new information this morning here at 6:34. According to S&P Global, more than 230 companies have filed for bankruptcy so far this year. High-profile retailers have done so, including Bed Bath & Beyond, Party City, and David's Bridal. Last week, more companies filed for bankruptcy in a 48-hour period than any time since 2008. And things may get worse. Analysts expect the default rate for companies with low credit quality to peak early next year. Rising interest rates also making it difficult for struggling companies to get new loans.
There is a local effort you can check out this weekend to make sure service members lost in battle aren't forgotten on this Memorial Day. Every year, folks plant 1,000 American flags around the WPS Solutions campus. The display started during the pandemic when gatherings were limited. The flag plantings come ahead of the company's memorial ceremony this Friday.
You know, the flag is heavy, and the plant in each one of these is a person. It's not just a flag. It's someone that we're remembering, and sometimes when we heal, all of a sudden there'll be another reason to remember something a little more personal. And this week, there's definitely been some personal memories with Grady Karpasi's remains coming home.
Yeah. Karpasi was a U.S. Marine who volunteered to fight in Ukraine when Russia invaded the country last year. He was killed in battle. Tim Lesage, who you just heard from, traveled to New York this week to return Karpasi's remains to his family.
All right, taking a look now at the view from the International Space Station. We're showing you this as it hurtles around Earth 260 miles above the surface at 17,000 miles an hour, because the space station is going to have a perfect view of the northern lights. You can't see some of them up here right now. Look at that, a light little green hue on the Earth's surface up there. We have a high chance of seeing the northern lights here in Wisconsin, if the low cloud cover permits it, of course. So according to NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, if conditions are right, northern Wisconsin's definitely going to see a portion of the lights tonight. And it's possible the entire state could see them too. You know, the lights, they're caused by solar coronal mass ejections, CME as I call them, bouncing off of Earth's magnetic field.
You're such a scientist.
Right. Scientists do not think this particular CME will cause any damage to power or electronics, though.
All right, with the warmer weather here this week, you might be ready to hit the local pools and the splash pads. Well, good news, some are opening up this weekend. Madison Parks offers 3 different splash pads around the city. They are at Cypress, Elver, and Rindall Parks. Splash pads are free to use. They're open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They should all be open by Memorial Day.
Saturday marks the 13th annual World Naked Bike Ride. That's right, Madison's once again going to take part. The ride's meant to celebrate body positivity and rejection of oil dependency. The Madison group says it challenges participants to exercise their oil independence by using human-powered machines and making choices in what they bring and what they do or do not wear. The ride starts at 11 o'clock Saturday morning, the route not being publicized as usual. But if you'd like to participate, look for Madison on the World Naked Bike Ride Wikipedia page.
It is 6:38 on your Tuesday. Let's take a live look outside. Kelly's breaking down a big change in temperatures. It starts tomorrow ahead of that holiday weekend when you might be headed up to the Dells. A live look right here at the Paul Bunyan statue up in the Dells. Hey, Josh Spreiter is up there this weekend too. What's going on there, Josh?
Hey, we're live in the 608 at America's largest water park as they're set to open up a brand new water slide experience. It's the first of its kind, and we're giving you a preview when News 3 Now This Morning continues.
So your credit isn't the greatest? No problem. We offer guaranteed credit approval on vehicles you actually want to drive. Yes, we'll even guarantee your credit is approved. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
Barnes. It's a great company.
I hear people talk a lot about how they enjoy working here.
We are Dane County's largest full-service lawn, landscape, tree, and snow removal company and 100% employee-owned.
We're often asked what it means to be an employee owner. It means we share our profits with the people who work at Barnes.
The better we do as employees, the happier our customer is, and the more likely they are to be with us long term.
Join the Barnes team. Apply at barnesinc.careers.com.
Shopping for insurance? Forget about saving 15%. Switch to a West Bend policy, and we're offering a chance to save everything. Every memory, every detail. No matter if it's fire, theft, or weather. We promise to help you get everything back to how it was before. Just think of what you can save. West Bend. The worst brings out our best.
I think this is it, guys.
When the Martins booked their Verbo vacation home, they really weren't looking for much. A patch of grass for Bruno, a pool for first-timers,
Don't worry, I've got you.
and time with each other. And when they needed support, someone was right there.
I got you.
Because what's unique about a Verbo is you can reach a real person in about a minute.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we are proud to offer negotiation-free upfront pricing. Upfront pricing means you can put your armor away. There's no battle with scary salespeople here. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom, for the yes.
Show us your weather photos, and you could win a First Warn weather umbrella. Send us your weather pics in an email or on the First Warn weather app. We'll select and showcase the winning entries each day on News 3 Now This Morning and News 3 Now at 6. Send in your pics to win a First Warn weather umbrella today.
If you struggle to keep tabs on the service fees you pay, you're not alone.
There's just too much to keep track of.
News 3 Now answers a call for action with strategies to help make sure you don't get charged more than you owe. Wednesday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now This Morning, winner of the Best Morning Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Welcome back on the Health Watch this morning. New research shows the U.S. is the top country with the highest rate of student stress, and Wisconsin is the most stressed state. That research was done by Brandley, a student homework help platform. They say 49% of middle and high school students in the U.S. feel an overwhelming amount of pressure to do well in school. Wisconsin leading that list of states. They're followed by Connecticut, Mississippi, and Kentucky. So academic stress in this test includes exams, testing anxiety, and school safety. Those factors, of course, all add to the mental health crisis that students face daily.
All right, meteorologist Kelly Slipka here in the backyard, out on the patio. The birds are still chirping. At least a few are out here in the backyard. Most of them are doing their bird things, I guess, this time of the morning. But what a beautiful morning now that the temperatures are starting to climb. We got the sun up. Looking at temperatures to be warm today. This will be the last summery-like day, at least for the next few days going through the rest of the week. We do have a cold front that's going to come in from the northeast. That's why we call it a backdoor cold front. That'll arrive tomorrow. So highs tomorrow and also Thursday only in the upper 60s, and overnight lows getting close to 40. But it looks like everything will clear on out. We'll get into some warmer weather for the weekend just in time for the Memorial holiday weekend. Temperatures gradually warming through the 80s. So here's that cold front right now. It's poised to set to move across the border out of Canada. The bulk of the cold air is going to slide to the east, and it's going to come in from the northeast by tomorrow. So enjoy the winds out of the south today. That will bring us that warm afternoon. Temperatures rising into the low 80s. Now watch the temperatures today. We'll warm quickly this morning. In fact, by the noon hour, we'll be in the lower 80s, warming up into the low 80s later today. Really no cold air to be found yet, but watch as that colder air moves on in from the north and east. Tomorrow morning will actually probably be a little bit warmer than what we're seeing this morning, but we're not going to rise a whole lot. We'll have a stiff northeast wind that'll keep us in the 60s. You can see the warmer air is off to the west. Much cooler air. If you're headed over to Milwaukee or along the Lake Michigan's shoreline, you're going to definitely encounter some really cool breezes coming in off of Lake Michigan with temperatures in the 50s. All right, this is for Leah. She's going camping this weekend, so we've got some cool mornings headed into the upcoming weekend. Once again, some of the mornings, especially a Saturday morning, might still be in the 40s. I think gradually those mornings will warm in the 50s. But look at these afternoon highs. Just beautiful weather for this weekend. Upper 70s Saturday, warming through the 80s as we go through the weekend. Just an isolated possibility of a shower or thunderstorm on Memorial Day. 48 in Madison, but I can definitely tell the temperature feels warmer already here. We should get an update here in the next 15 minutes. Most locations now warming through the 50s, so warmer weather expected to continue to move on in as temperatures rise through the 60s. Should be in the upper 70s and low 80s early this afternoon and topping out in the lower 80s. Actually, a couple degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. Maybe a little bit of haze from some of that smoke from those wildfires coming out of Canada. Otherwise, we see that cool down coming our way tomorrow. The first warm forecast drops our temperatures in the upper 60s for highs Wednesday and Thursday. Those overnight lows, maybe some 30s in some areas come Thursday morning. Gradually, we'll start to see some warmer weather going into the weekend and noticing an extended dry period. This might become a concern because we could be talking about a drought condition if we don't see some of these showers and thunderstorms. And right now, there are only slim chances as temperatures continue to warm into the mid-80s by next week.
Yeah, I got to make a decision on that camping. That's tough.
Do it. You got to do it.
All right, Kelly, thank you for your help. We appreciate it. 6:45, there's a first-of-its-kind water slide, and it's set to open right here in the 608 this Memorial Day weekend.
We sent Josh up to the Dells to check it out for us, and there it is. I mean, this thing looks huge, Josh. What else can you tell us about it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, this thing is massive. It's set to open up this weekend here at America's largest water park, Noah's Ark, of course. It's called the Chameleon, and we're gonna see if we can actually get some of this sound going for you, because it is a party out here. Of course, we're at the top right now. Chris Mortensen, the GM of Noah's Ark, is up early with us. Yes, Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you bet. So this is a huge experience. We were playing it a little bit. I mean, it is giving the whole experience, and you can actually hear the music starting right now. So we also have some video. What is this gonna be all about?
So this is going to be a great family attraction for family, friends, up to 4 people in a raft at once. You're going to start going down the tunnel, and as soon as you get in there, you're going to flag a sensor, whole new light show, whole new sound system. You're going to be inundated on all levels.
So this is a first-of-its-kind sort of water slide experience, and you guys are all about having to change and adapt, bringing new things here to the Dells.
Absolutely. Yeah, first one in Wisconsin, and first one really in the Midwest. So we're excited to bring that for all of our visitors, new and returning. They're going to have a great experience this summer.
You know, there's a ton of work that goes into something like this. Talk about how this was changed, because you kind of retrofitted from a former slide into this new experience.
Exactly. So the previous slide, Flying Gecko, it was tired, it was dated. We wanted to refresh it. So back in the fall, we brainstormed. We figured out, hey, let's have something with lights and sounds and really elevate this experience. Kristen came up with a name, so we're excited that it stuck.
So when you are talking about a weekend like this, you know, it's opening weekend, the weather's looking fantastic. How do you plan for the people? Because it's one of those things you never know how many people are going to show up.
Well, that's exactly it. And our pass sales and ticket sales have been really great this year. So the weather is perfect, water park weather, low 80s, mid 80s. Light on humidity. It's going to be a blast. So we're ready.
And you've got some deals for folks right now that they should take advantage of. It's certainly for families too.
Absolutely. So we've got a $29.99 day ticket, valid any day up to July 4th, as well as our season pass program, which is really the best value. Save up to $40 at $69.99.
All right, very good. We'll get all of this up on channel3000.com. I can't wait to come back when the water is going and when it's actually like 80 degrees out too.
And we hope you can come ride it too.
I bet. I know. I'm so excited here, guys. We're kicking off the unofficial start of summer here at Noah's Ark this weekend. Come check it out. What a party. I don't know how much you guys can hear that music, but this is really going to be a fun attraction for families.
Sounds like a radio.
If I figured.
Is that the music?
It's a ranger here in the Dells.
Is that
we're waking up the whole community?
It's from inside the slide, right?
Inside the tunnel, yeah. So it's coming all the way through there. They have a mix of songs that you'll be able to hear. And obviously you can't see from here, but you saw from that video, that's where it lights up as well. So you're getting really the full visual and, you know, audible experience too with the Chameleon.
You won't be able to hear yourself scream. That's what they're doing here.
All right. Hey, Josh, good stuff this morning. Thanks a lot.
You won't hear me screaming like a girl going down.
Oh, Josh Breiter, hang loose there, buddy. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. It is hang loose, right? Or is it hang tight? Hang loose.
Whatever you want it to be, Leah.
To say these days. Reach out to him on social media. Shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. This thing.
That's hang loose, yeah.
Hang loose, okay.
Or hang 10,
hang
I guess.
10. We don't do a lot of surfing.
Coming up in the morning sprint, We are covering some breaking news of an attempted security breach at the White House overnight.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, send in their picture. We'll share it right here on our program.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
We've got your back, road warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-base recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news overnight out of the White House, where a U-Haul driver is under arrest for ramming his car into security barriers. The Secret Service says that car crashed into barriers at the Lafayette Square around 10 last night. You see it happen right there. Investigators say they found a Nazi flag inside the truck, but no bombs. Nobody was injured.
The city of Madison moving ahead with its lawsuit after a federal case against Kia and Hyundai was settled last Friday. This suit accuses the car makers of failing to prevent car thefts. Madison City Attorney says the lawsuit's all about the cost the city's incurred in response to the vehicle thefts. Madison has seen a 270% increase in stolen Kia and Hyundai vehicles in the last year.
Members of the Waunakee community are rallying behind the high school's recently dismissed boys basketball coach. This after his contract was not renewed by the district 2 weeks ago. At a school board meeting yesterday, many former and current players spoke on Dana McKenzie's behalf. The board says it could not address reinstatement at the time, but it will put it on a future agenda.
A 16-year-old hit and killed in Burlington after trying to beat a train. Officials say on Sunday they got a call about a bicyclist hit. They say the teenager ignored the crossing signals and was hit by that southbound Canadian National train. Another person was riding with the teen and was not hurt.
In Racine, a man is dead after getting into a police shootout following a traffic stop. The driver ran from their vehicle and hid in some grassy areas near a park. Officers, when they approached the grass, the suspect began firing in their direction. He was shot and pronounced dead at the scene. No officers were hurt.
1 in 5 people in Mexico have been warned to prepare for a possible evacuation. It comes after increased activity from the country's most dangerous active volcano. It's been spewing ash into several nearby towns since last week. 25 million people live within a 60-mile radius of the volcano, which is only 45 miles southeast of Mexico City. 3 million have already been asked to evacuate. A trial date now set for the man accused of killing 4 students in Idaho. An Idaho judge entering not guilty pleas on behalf of Brian Koberger. His trial will begin October 2nd now. It's expected to last roughly 6 weeks. Prosecutors now have 60 days to announce in writing whether they plan to seek the death penalty.
Writer E. Jean Carroll wants the court to hold former President Trump liable for what he said about her during a recent CNN town hall. Carroll has asked the judge to amend her initial defamation case against the former president. She's now seeking an additional $10 million in punitive damages for alleged defamatory statements Trump made during that town hall.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock as we are looking at some sunshine coming up now from Platteville. This is our sky cam from Queen Bee Radio. Temperatures are starting to respond because of that sunshine, even though it was chilly this morning. Well, need the shorts and short sleeves today. A lot of sunshine, a little bit of haze because some of the smoke expected, but low 80s expected this afternoon. This will be the last real summery day before we see some changes coming our way. Winds will be light again today. They're coming in out of the south about 5 miles per hour. That's it. Temperatures in the lower 80s today with some of the hazy sunshine. Enjoy the warmth today because it will be changing tomorrow. We've got a cold front coming in from the northeast. Temperatures only in the upper 60s tomorrow afternoon. Same goes for Thursday. And noticing these lows getting close to 40 degrees for Thursday and Friday morning before we start to see some warmer weather going into the upcoming Memorial holiday weekend. Looking pretty nice. I want to get to our first morning traffic. We have one incident. This is on the northeast side, or actually up in Sun Prairie. Highway 19 at Communications Drive. The eastbound lanes are closed due to an automobile accident just off of 151. Beautiful weekend headed our way. We just have to deal with some cooler weather, it looks like, for tomorrow and also Thursday.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much.
Another news and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.